Hey guys, welcome back to another video, but today it's gonna be Minecraft related because if you already know what map I'm on, I'm at small scale. This is legit my first ever major project on the channel that ended up blowing up. So I'd really appreciate it, guys. So give me a sec, let me just first person real quick. Alright guys, so here's the map, and honestly, building this map is so good. Like, I never knew that I will successfully build it perfectly with the outline being done by hand and these countries flag. Some of them were done by hand, whilst many of them are done by using the fill commands. Overall, this project took more than 34 real-life days, crossing over the end of my first year of high school. So it's crazy to think that this is legit real, like real. So I'm gonna take you guys on a little tour, and I'm gonna discuss these difficulties of how hard these countries are, and anyways, without further ado, let's get to the map. Alright guys, we're now in the map, and wow, this is quite the thing. Anyways, let's start with Europe. So we're gonna start with Western Europe. So these Western European countries include France, the Benelux region, the Alpine states, Germany, and the British Isles. So what's the difficulty? The difficulty is pretty easy. Like, oh, it's alright. The difficulty here, it's like medium because obviously there's many countries in the Western Europe. But what about the hardest flag to build? Many of these flags are quite simple, but guys, don't hate me on this one, but I think the United Kingdom might be a bit hard, even though it's at small scale. But the stripes and the flag, it looks a bit the difficulty of this flag is like somewhere between medium and hard. Also, by the way, United Kingdom fans, if you're watching this, don't hate me, please, because I'm just judging how hard it is to build the country's outline and the flag. So I'm so sorry, alright? So please don't hate me. So for the flag, obviously United Kingdom. But what about the outline? I feel like it's also United Kingdom. United Kingdom fans, I am so sorry, alright? I'm so sorry, alright? It's just, yeah, I'm so sorry, alright? I hope you forgive me on this one. So, anyways, that's Western Europe. Oh, oh wait, actually, give me a sec. Oh my god. There we go, there we go. Alright, so that's, Western Europe done. So moving on. Next up we have the Northern Europe, which consists of Denmark. Oh wait, no, which consists of the Baltic states, the Scandinavian countries, Finland over there, one of the territories of the Denmark, that's if I'm correct, Faroe Islands, and over here is Iceland. So the hardest flag to build on this region is I feel like Norway takes the spot because unlike flags like Denmark, Sweden, and Finland, which only had a cross, with only one color. Norway has something. Also has a cross, but the inner part of the flag is colored blue, and the color that's bordering the blue part was white, and the rest was red. And obviously, it's like the hardest. So, Norway fans, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, alright? I hope you forgive me, okay? And what about the hardest outline to build? Norway. The outline of Norway, especially the mainland, is quite complicated due to the fjords, islands. However, oh, Han Mayen's there, but not that hard. The hard, and especially Svalbard. Norway fans, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I'm sorry, alright? I hope you forgive me on what I said, alright? So, that's Northern Europe, so moving on. The next region of Europe would be Southern Europe. So, the Southern Europe consists of Iberia, Italy, and many of the Balkan states, except for Bulgaria and Romania because they are Eastern. We'll get to that later. So the hardest flag is the hardest is obviously Spain, because I mean it had to like require many different blocks to build it, so the hardest flag would obviously be Spain. So Spanish viewers or fans, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry, alright? I hope you forgive me. And what about the hardest outline? I don't know. All of these outlines are like very easy to build. But when it comes to the islands, Spain, I'm sorry, Spanish fans, I'm so sorry, but your outline, your country's outline is quite a bit hard, because I mean, the mainland is easy, but when it comes to the islands, that's the different story. So, again, I'm sorry for those who are watching, especially the Spanish ones. So, next one, the last region, good thing we're nearby. The last region of Europe is Eastern. So, for the flag, so many choices here. But, Belarus isn't that hard, but I think there's no hard flags on this one. But Moldova is quite a little bit because of different types of blocks. So, yeah. So, I'm sorry, Moldovan viewers. And the hardest outline is surprisingly Ukraine. So, Ukrainian viewers, if you're watching this, I am also sorry. I hope you guys forgive me. So, and my friends is all of Europe. Couldn't show it all. Oh, I almost forgot the Visegrad countries as well in Eastern Europe. I'm so sorry about that. Almost forgot. And that's basically it for Europe. So let's move on to Asia. Alright, so welcome to Asia, the continent that I live in, as well as some of my viewers in here too. So, oh, sorry. Anyways, so the hardest flag to do is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabian viewers, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, alright? I am so sorry, okay? I hope you forgive me. But the hardest outline, I can't tell, is it Turkey or Saudi? But I think I'm gonna have to go with, it's the complicated, Saudi Arabia again. Not only the flag, but the outline due to how big it is, even though it's in small scale. Again, Saudi Arabia viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? Anyways, moving on. moving on, the next region is Northern Asia, and if you guys have know it, it's Russia, the only country sitting in Northern Asia. And the flag is easy for at first, but when it comes to filling the flag, it's by far the hardest one. And not only that, but the outline is also the hardest to build, making Russia the hardest country by far to build. So, Russian viewers, if you are watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. So, anyways, moving on. The next region of Asia would be Southern Asia. I almost forgot to mention the countries in the Western Asia, which includes Turkey, the Caucasus, Levant, Iraq and Kuwait, the Arabian Peninsula, and I think that's all of it. So, anyways, for Southern Asia, this includes Iran, Afghanistan, the subcontinent of India, yeah, as well as the islands of Sri Lanka and the Maldives. So, the hardest flag to build is surprisingly Iran, because I was thinking of India, but the wheel is too easy. But Iran, on the other hand, due to its design, it's obviously the hardest. So, Iranian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. But what about the hardest outline? Well, if it's big countries, then obviously India. So, Indian viewers, if you're watching this, I am also so sorry. I hope you guys forgive me. And there are some islands like Sri Lanka over there, the Maldives, and even some British territory down there. So, anyways, moving on. Next up is Eastern Asia. So, the Eastern Asian countries includes China, Mongolia, the Korean Peninsula, and Japan. So, the hardest flag is, I don't want to say China because they only have stars in their flag, so they're definitely some easy type of country flag to be. But the hardest, I hate to be the person to tell you this, but I think the hardest might be Mongolia, because it has something to the left of its flag. So, Mongolian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. So, what about the hardest outline? Talking big, China. So, China viewers, if you're watching this, I am also sorry. And I know you guys hate us, so again, I'm so sorry. Anyways, next up is Central Asia. So the countries in Central Asia were Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan. So the hardest flag to build is Turkmenistan, because it's like the only country in the world with a carpet design on its flag. So Turkmenistani viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. But what about the hardest outline? Kazakhstan. Kazakhstani viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me as well. So, anyways, next, or the last region of Asia is... The last region of Asia is Southeast Asia. So, fun fact, some of my friends lives in Southeast Asia, including me. So, obviously, and many of my viewers are also situated on Southeast Asia as well. So, continuing on, the Southeast Asian countries are Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Philippines, Indonesia, and Timor-Leste. So, um, the hardest flag to build is... Oh my god. Many of these flags are quite easy to build. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Malaysia because it has stripes like the US. So, Malaysian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. But what about the hardest outline? If you guys say Indonesia, you're correct because Indonesia is in fact the hardest country to build in terms of outline. So, Indonesian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. I hope you guys forgive me. And that, my friends, is all of Asia. So, moving on to Oceania. Starting with the Western Oceania, the countries that were in Oceania are Palau, Guam, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, New Caledonia. If I'm correct, what's that country? Fiji, and what else? Wait. Oh, that's all of it. So, the hardest flag, I think I'm gonna have to go with Papua New Guinea because it's kind of a bit difficult, especially it has a black and red, it's technically split in half. So, Papua New Guinea viewers or fans, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. And what about the hardest outline? Since many of these are islands, the only country that is not an island would be Papua New Guinea. So again, if you guys are watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. Moving on, the next region would be Northern Oceania. It only consists of 3 countries, which are Micronesia, Nauru, and Marshall Islands. So in terms of flag, since all of these are just either 1 block or 2 block filled, none of these countries have the hardest flag. But in terms of the reference image, especially I'm not saying it. So there's no hardest flag here. But what about the hardest outline? Since they are island nations, there's obviously no hardest outline. So obviously there isn't a single hardest outline. So this is the first time that we broke the hardest flag and outline barrier. So moving on, I don't need to cut this. The next region is Southern Oceania, which consists of New Zealand and Australia. So in terms of hardest flags, Australia might be the hardest one. Not only with the hardest flag, but also with the hardest outline to build due to how big it is. So Australian viewers, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, and I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys forgive me from what I said to y'all. So I'm so sorry. Next up is I'm gonna just fly there. The next one would be, or actually the last region is Eastern Oceania. Oh, why does that happen all the time? So the countries that were in Eastern Oceania are, if I'm correct, Tonga, Samoa, and there's a country up there above Fiji. What's this called? Oh my god, I lost it. Oh my god, thank card. Oh my god, man. Guys, give me a second. Alright, I got the name Tuvalu. So, Tonga, Samoa, and Tuvalu. So, again, just like Northern Oceania, there isn't a single hardest outline or flag. So, that's all of Oceania. So, I'm gonna have to fly back to Europe just to show Africa. So, next up is Africa. So, give me a minute. So the first region of Africa would be Western Africa. And if I remember, this includes Nigeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Mauritania, the Gambia, Cape Verde, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, um, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin, and I already said Nigeria. Yeah, I think I said Nigeria already. So, in terms of hardest flag, I'm gonna have to pick Mauritania because, yeah. Mauritania viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. Thank you. Oh my god. And the hardest outline. The hardest outline to do would surprisingly be Mali. So, Mali viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. So, anyways, that's all of Western Africa. Moving on. Good thing the next region is not far away. The next region would be... Oh, don't fall. The next region would obviously be Northern Africa. So, the countries in Northern Africa are Western Sahara, in which it's just gray because in the reference image it doesn't show a flag. Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, and Sudan. Hardest flag, Algeria. And the hardest outline, Algeria. Algerian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. So, I'm so sorry again. Anyways, moving on to the next, we're gonna have to go a bit south. And if you guys guessed it, the next region is Southern Africa. So the Southern Africa countries include Angola, Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, Lesotho, and Eswatini. Hardest flag, South Africa. South Africa, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. And outline, Mozambique. Mozambique viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. So, anyways, that's all of Southern Africa. Moving on to the east. Eastern Africa includes, I can barely show one country, so I hope you guys could see. I'm gonna move over. There we go, that's much better. So the Eastern African countries include Madagascar, Comoros, Seychelles, Mauritius, Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, South Sudan, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Tanzania. So hardest flag, straight up Ethiopia. Ethiopia viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. And hardest outline, Somalia. Somalian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. I hope you guys forgive me. So, the last region of Africa is Central Africa. So, the Central Africa countries include Sao Tome and Principe, Chad, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Republic of the Congo, Central African Republic, and Democratic Republic of the Congo. So, hardest flag, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Hardest outline, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Democratic Republic of the Congo viewers or fans, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. All right, I hope you guys understand and forgive me on this one. All right. So next up is South America. Give me a minute. Here is South America. So starting with the western side, the western South American countries include Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. So hardest flag, Ecuador. Hardest outline, Bolivia. Ecuadorian fans and Bolivian fans or viewers, if you guys are watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me on what I just said, alright? So, moving on. Next up, Northern South America. So, the countries in the northern side includes Colombia, Venezuela, Suriname, Guyana, and French Guiana. So, Venezuela is the hardest flag. So, and Colombia's the hardest outline. So, Venezuelan and Colombian viewers or fans, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. So, anyways, moving on. The next one is Southern South America. The countries in the southern side is Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, and Argentina. Hardest flag, Argentina. Hardest outline, Chile. So, Argentinian and Chilean viewers or fans, I'm so sorry, alright? And I hope you guys forgive me on what I just said. So, and now for the Eastern, obviously Brazil. Both the hardest flag and the outline to build. So, Brazilian viewers or fans, if you guys are watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. Please. And now, right back. Alright, next up, North America. I couldn't show the rest of Canada since, due to how big it is, I'll just show USA. I mean, you guys can still see it, so the North American countries, or the northern side, includes Mexico, United States, and Canada. Hardest flag, Canada. Due to how big it is, hardest outline, Canada. So, Canadian viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me, so. Also, if you guys wondering, where's Western? There's no Western side, so, meaning Northern side takes the spot. Next is Southern North America, or in other words, Central America. So, the central or southern side of North America includes Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. Hardest flag, Nicaragua. Hardest outline, Honduras. So, Nicaraguan and Honduras fans or viewers, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. And now, for the last one, second to last, is Eastern North America, or in other words, what's this called? Caribbean. So the countries featuring the countries that were in the eastern side or the Caribbean side of North America includes give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. Alright, guys, I'm back. I just got. So, the Caribbean or Eastern North American countries are Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. So, since this side here, they're all easy, so we're gonna focus on this side. Hardest flag. Hardest flag, Dominican Republic. Hardest outline, Cuba. So, Dominican Republicans and Cuban viewers or fans, if you're watching this, I am so sorry, alright? I hope you guys forgive me. And now, the final continent. The final continent is Antarctica. So, I'm showing the western side of it first. And wow, just wow, wow, wow. This is honestly quite big. And if you're gonna say what's the hardest flag and outline, all of which are Antarctica. So also I can tell that there are research stations in here and people in it. So if you guys are watching this from Antarctica, I'm so sorry. Alright, I hope you guys forgive me. So and now we're going to the eastern side of Antarctica. Give me a sec. Just give it a moment. There we go. The eastern side is the hardest to build because of, yeah, it's so hard that it took more than what, like just a few hours just to finish this big old Antarctica. Like, this legit spans all the way to Oceania, not touching it but below it. So, oh, sorry about that. And there's even mistakes during this time. So there is one more country that I forgot to show, and that's Greenland. So I almost forgot this country. So even though in the reference it looks like it's owned by Denmark, but Greenland has their flag, but in the reference image I think they just swapped it with Denmark's flag. So because it's part of Denmark, obviously. So, and Greenland is actually the largest island on Earth, so if I'm correct, and in the world as well. So the hardest flag is, well, the flag of Greenland is not shown in the reference, so obviously there's no hardest flag, but the hardest outline is in fact Greenland. So Greenlandics viewers and fans, if you guys are watching this, I'm sorry, alright, and I hope you guys forgive me on what I just said, alright? And that is every single continent, every single country. I didn't show their territories except for a few times when I was yeah, especially in Africa and Oceania. Wait, oh my god, wait, I almost forgot one more. Wait, did I just click a map? Guys, give me a second. Oh my god, I almost forgot. if I remember, I think it's down here. There it is. I almost forgot one country. And that country is Kiribati, so it doesn't have a hardest flag and outline due to how small it is. So Kiribati viewers or fans, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. I almost forgot you guys. All right, I hope you guys forgive me. So, and that, my friends, is every single country, every single continent, and some territory. So obviously that's the end of this tour. So oh wait, let me just 1,320 0. Wait. If I'm correct, there should be a map here. No. If I'm correct, it's in the 6th barrel. I think it's 137 or something. There it is. We suck. And that, my friends, is the entire world flag map. All the continents, all countries, and some territories. So if you guys enjoyed this tour video, leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any new content. And if you guys want to join me in Roblox or featured in my Roblox vids or episodes, you can add, join, or follow me in Roblox. Or even better, you can join my Discord server, in which I'll leave the link in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching this small scale tour. And at the same time, thank you guys so much for watching the small scale series. I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you guys so much. And I wish and yeah. I wish and yeah. Why am I saying I wish? I hope and wish you all have a great day, everyone. See you guys. Have a great day, guys. And I hope you enjoy this vid.